You are now tuning in to The Princess with the Real Show, where I keep it real all day, every day. I would like to start out with saying happy holidays to everyone. I know Christmas just passed, and I'm so glad that it's over with. Christmas is that time of the year that I just can't wait to get over real fast, just because it means spending a lot of money. And no, we're not obligated to go out here and buy our kids all the hottest gifts, all the hottest things. We're not obligated to go out here and buy other people all the fancy gifts and stuff. You're supposed to save, but in your means of what you can do. Don't go above and beyond of what you can't do. For me, what I do is, because I can't purchase for my kids as much as I would like throughout the year, all the stuff that they ask for me to get for them throughout the year as the year is going by that I can't get, that is just something that I didn't feel like they really needed at the time, because money didn't, was not in my favor to do that for them. So what I do is, for Christmas, I like to try to make sure they get everything that they want if they've been good kids throughout the year, meaning if their grades stayed up. And when I say grades stayed up, I really don't play anything less than a B coming in my household. So as long as they keeping their grades up, especially if they getting straight A's and teachers coming to me about putting them in honors programs and stuff like that, that's important to me. For me, it's not even about anything outside of making sure that they doing their schoolwork right, making sure that they are obedient at home, make sure they know how to act when they're in public. If my kids can do all of that, like, I feel like they deserve to have a great Christmas, especially because, like I stated, I'm not one of those parents who can purchase things for my kids throughout the year. Like, my son can't come to me in the middle of the year and say I need some new shoes, because mama can't afford to do that all the time. So I do that kind of stuff on Christmas. So when you see me post my kids and what they got for Christmas, it ain't just me that's purchasing it, for one. Like, I do got help. I'm not the only one purchasing for the kids. Like, they got their daddy and they got their dad's parents who also purchase as well. So between the four of us, we make sure the kids get what they need. And I am so grateful for everybody that does for the kids for the holidays, because if it wasn't for everybody chipping in, my kids wouldn't be as happy and as blessed as they are on Christmas Day. So I am very grateful to the people that help when it comes to purchasing these expensive gifts that my kids put on their list. Because I do want to see them smiles on their faces, and I do want them to be able to get the things that they've been asking for throughout the year. So that's why I do it big for Christmas. You tell me why you do it big for Christmas, or why you don't do it big. Like, everybody has different circumstances. Everybody dealing with different things. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. If you can't afford to get your kid this expensive stuff, these gaming systems and stuff like this, don't do it. Learn how to take your kids to somebody else that got that shit. Let them go play on somebody else's shit. With my daughter for her hoverboard. My daughter has been asking me for a hoverboard for 3 years. I never, first of all, when it came out, it was all about the hoverboards blowing up. So, not gonna get my child something that it's gonna blow up on her and she can get hurt or something like that. So that's why I didn't get it the first year. The next year, they were still so expensive. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna get this. But I allowed her to go out there and ride on other people's hoverboards, learn. And it's so crazy because she wanted that thing so bad. She did so much research that when she got that hoverboard, she's a beast at it. Can't nobody else in the house ride the hoverboard, but she is a beast at it. And she just got it. First day out, she's a beast at it. Because this is something that she really wanted. This is something that she studied and she learned about what she needed to do, how she needed to do certain things. So that way when she got it, she would be good with it. So, and that all goes to me not being able to get something for my child that she's been wanting for years. But I just felt like it wasn't the right time. This year was the right time. I was able to do that. So I did that. And I made her smile. And that's what matters to me, is making them smile. I don't look for stuff for Christmas. I'm not one of those people who be like, oh, everybody got to get me a gift. No, I tell my kids to give me something from the heart. Because first and foremost, they are kids. And let's be real, the money that they would spend on me would be money that I gave to them. So instead of me giving them money to go buy me a gift, I want them to make me something from the heart. Do something from the heart. My daughter, she made me a poster with candy bars, and it was a nice little poem with how she felt about me, and she corresponded it with the candy bars. Like, she made the candy bars a part of that poetry that she put out for me. My son did go out and buy me a card this year, but it was a heartfelt card. So I loved it. That's the kind of stuff that I love for Christmas. Like, I don't get much for Christmas. I don't outside of my kids, their nana, I really don't get a whole lot for Christmas. But my thing is it's not about what I get. It's about making sure that my kids get what they deserve, what I feel like they deserve. So as long as they are happy, that's all that matters. And I know Christmas is not about just giving gifts. Christmas is a deeper story than that. I know that. My kids know that. But for me, it's like Christmas is that one time of the year that I can shower my kids with gifts and won't nobody say nothing about you spoiling them or you doing too much or why is you buying them that. I don't have to worry about that on Christmas because Christmas, that's what it's about. You get gifts. So I can get my kids all the things that I've been wanting to get them without hearing nobody saying, you know, you going above and beyond your means. Because first and foremost, I do make sure my bills is paid. Now, this is what a lot of people need to understand is Christmas is almost at the end of the month, which means the first of the year is coming. And so much money on Christmas that they don't have money to pay their bills at the first of the month. Then you got the first of the month, it's a new year, New Year's Eve. Everybody's going to be spending all this money, going out to these parties, going out to these events, buying their hottest outfits, doing all of this for New Year's Eve, you know, to bring in the new year. Everybody is going to be spending. But what I tell everybody is don't go beyond your means because the first of the year, New Year's Eve is the 31st. The first of the year, between the 1st and the 5th, for some people, you got to get their rent paid. And if you don't have that money to pay your rent, then you're going to be out on the streets because you wanted to celebrate the holidays. Make sure you put that money aside for your bills. That's one thing I make sure I do before I spend any money. I make sure my bills are paid first. I go ahead and calculate my bills into that check, even if the bill can't be paid early because I don't know what's going on with my rent people, but they don't allow you to pay your rent before the 1st. Shit's crazy. But so I put that money aside so that way I know I have my rent money or my bill money put aside so that way I'm not dibbling and dabbling into that money. I don't dip into my bill money for nothing. I don't see there's no reason why to dip into my bill money. I'm not going to put myself in a crisis because I wanted to go out and have a good time. That's not how I operate. That's not what I do. So I think everybody needs to listen up, pay attention, that I hope you still have that money to be able to pay your bills because like I said, it's about to be bill time. Like it's about to be that time to start paying bills again. The holidays for some reason do always fall around the time that the first of the month is now. Like most of the holidays at the end of the month, or it's around a time where bills need to be paid. So make sure you balance your paychecks and you balance your money in your accounts to make sure you can still pay your bills after enjoying yourself. No one says you can't go out and have a good time, but just make sure you got that money aside to pay your bills so you're not asking people for money later to take care of your household because you went out and had a good time during the holidays. So I think that is something important that everybody needs to know. Another thing that I did touch on briefly on my social media was this whole New Year's resolution, this whole everybody, 2018 went and shit, 2019 gonna be the best year, 2018, and before I get into 2019, I'm gonna be cutting motherfuckers off, all of this. Like, stop that bullshit. I used to be one of them people who used to do that shit every year and say how the next year is gonna be different, but I realized that the year don't really change. Like, you still the same person. You just growing as a person and you gonna learn through more stuff throughout the year, and hopefully you grow your business, you grow yourself. Like, that's all you can hope for and pray for the new year. You can't automatically say this is gonna be my year. You know how many times I said this is gonna be my year and I ain't get shit that year? Like, no. I'm more so on, let's see what the year is gonna bring us. Let's see what's going to happen in the new year before we all start talking about what it's going to be, how it's going to be so much better than 2018. Let's see what happened in the new year. Let's get there. Let's have some goals set in place to do some things in the new year, to have some big things popping in the new year. But let's not just start talking about all this and that. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, when we ain't even made it to the new year yet. Like, come on. And yeah, I posted that I'm going to get back in the gym starting this week. But that has nothing to do with the New Year's resolution. That has something to do with me. And I've been eating good throughout these holidays. So I've been eating so good that I picked up some pounds. So I got to get rid of these pounds. Not for nobody else, but for me. This is something I want to do for me because I want to be a certain weight. I see myself looking a certain way. So I want to make sure I get there. And the thing is I lose focus a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when it comes to working out, I do enjoy working out. But life happens. And life gets in the way of me working out sometimes. And it's not even that I'm always busy. Sometimes I just want to lay down. Sometimes I just need to ease my mind. Like, a lot of people don't understand. For me, people say when you work out, you relieve stress. You know, it's a good way to relieve stress to work out, get out your head and stuff. That's not how it is for me. For me, when I work out, I'm in my head. I'm thinking while I'm working out. Like, I'm putting business shit in play while I'm working out. Like, I'm thinking about stuff while I'm working out. So if I'm having a bad day, me going to work out ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse, because now I'm finna overanalyze and overthink shit. So a lot of times for me, that's why I don't work out as much as I should, because working out gives me that time to think. And if I'm going through a lot of bullshit, I know for me, it's not good for me to think. Because I do overanalyze things. I do take things to the ultimate level. Like, in my mind, I see things differently. So I try not to be in my head all the time like that, because I know me being in my head all the time is dangerous. So I try to work out when I'm in a good mood. My thing is I work out when I've had a good day, when I felt good, when I feel energized, when I feel like today was a good day. Like, that's when I work out. I'm not one of those under pressure I work out. I'm not even one of those under stress I eat. I don't do that. I eat when I'm feeling good. I eat when I'm happy. If I'm stressed, I won't eat. I can go days without eating if I'm stressed out. Like, anybody who really knows me knows that sometimes you have to force me to eat. I'm one of those people, and it's crazy because, like, throughout these holidays, I've been eating a lot, and it's because I've been happy within. Like, I've been taking care of things, getting things done, feeling good about myself because I see my accomplishments. So I've been eating. But normally it's hard to get me to eat. It's hard to get me to even know what I want to eat. Like, I'm one of them people, you got to put a gun in my head and try to understand what I want to eat, because if you don't do that, I'll take forever to figure out what I want to eat. I tell all my friends when we going out to eat, they be like, Princess, you got to choose this time. Like, come on. If I got to choose a spot, we ain't going to never get to the spot. Because I'm not good at trying to decide what I want to eat, just because I'm not one of those people who, I can't say they eat. I'm just like one of those people, like, I like to eat, but it's like whatever. If I'm going out with other people, it's like whatever, I'll eat whatever. Like, if it's just me I'm worried about, then I'm going to get what I want, which is preferably seafood. I don't eat that every day of the week. But if I'm going out with other people, it's like, you choose a spot and I'll figure out what I want to eat there, if I decide to eat there. Like, that's just who I am. No, I don't try to starve myself to try to lose weight. I would never do nothing like that. I just never been a big eater. Maybe it's because growing up, I had a lot of days where I didn't eat. I dealt with a lot of that where we ain't had no food in the house type situation. So, so for me, like, as long as my kids eating, or as long as I got at least one meal in my system a day, I'm good. Because it's crazy. It's crazy when I say that, because especially niggas, like, niggas be like, why the fuck you not eating? Like, I don't even feel right eating around you when you not eating. But see, I came up differently. I came up completely different than a lot of people. Like, I came up in a household where we had to ration food. Like, food was not always available unless it was food stamp time. Like, food was not always available. So, and I don't eat everything. I'm a very, very, very picky eater. So my grandma didn't even like me spending the night at her house, because I was such a picky eater. And that may be why I have a little resentment towards her a little bit, on top of other things. But my grandma told me to stop coming over to spend the night at her house, because I didn't eat everything that she cooked. Hey, I can't blame you. I don't eat everything you cook. You don't want me at your house. Okay, I'm not going to be there. But because of that, we're not going to build no relationships or nothing. So I don't know you like that. But I'm a very picky eater. So on top of me not always knowing what I want to eat, then me being such a picky eater, and then growing up where we didn't have the funds to just go out and buy everything you wanted to eat all the time. So it was nice that food was cooked that I didn't eat. So when I say I went nights without eating, it wasn't always that we didn't always have food in the house. Sometimes maybe it was something that was cooked that I didn't eat. And I went to bed hungry because I didn't eat that. I am that person that I will not eat it if I don't eat it. You can't. I'm not one of them people that could be homeless and just eat anything. No, I will starve to death before I eat something that I do not like. I will starve to death. And growing up, yeah, we had hardships. We had times where we didn't have food. We was picking fruits and berries and stuff off of the trees to eat on. Like, I remember this stuff. Like, a lot of my siblings and stuff, they probably don't remember this. But I remember everything. I remember everything from my childhood, from when I was a youngin', coming up out of Topeka, Kansas, to, you know, moving to Atlanta, living in a shelter, you know, living in a yellow and black big old shack, and we ain't have no toilet. We didn't have a tub. So I've dealt with all of that. When I say I've been through the trenches, I've been through the trenches. So survival is all I know. All I know is how to survive. So I try to teach others how to survive. Like, you may not have the means to, you know, go out and do things right then and there, but learn how to survive. Learn how to build and stack so that way you can do things in the future. Learn how to survive. If you don't have enough food in your household, make sure your kids are eating. Ration that food so where everybody is getting a meal or getting something in their mouth. Like, to me, I'm so Southern hospitality. I've always been that way. So growing up, I was that person that, you know, people come over to the house, boyfriend come over, I'm always offering him food. And it was so crazy because, like I said, we really didn't have food like that. So I would always have my boyfriend come over. I might cook him up some chicken, make him a hamburger, which was our normal type of food that we kept in the house. Some chicken and some burgers, which was some of the cheap meals to have. So I would do that and feel like I'm doing something good, you know. He eating, smiling, you know, he happy. He drinking that water, you know, with the sand in it. That's how our water was down there in the country, you know. You had that well water. So I'm doing all of that, having a good time with him. And when I say I've done this on several occasions. So every time it's so crazy that my mom never said anything. My parents never said anything like why he was there. No one ever said anything to me like, Princess, stop you giving him my food. But as soon as he would leave that house, like, it'd be so funny because when he was at the house, you would think that everybody loved him, everything was good, there was no problems. But as soon as he leave that house, I would get it for giving somebody our food. Like, why every time this nigga come over here, you cooking him a meal? And I get it now. Like, now that I'm grown, I get that. I get why my parents were like that, because we didn't have it like that for me to be giving somebody from the outside food that he could go home and eat at his people's house. So I understand that now, but I still grew up with that Southern hospitality of anytime people came to my house, it was like, if we eating, you hungry? You want me to fix you a plate? If I'm ordering out to eat food, it's like, y'all hungry too? I'm ordering up for everybody. I've always been that person. But as time went by, I learned that some people just keep showing up every time they know you eating. It's like they can smell the food because they know you got that good Southern hospitality. So I had to get away from that shit. Like, I had to get to the point where, I'm sorry, I'm eating in front of people now. Like, I'm not offering people shit no more, because people will come over here all the time and eat up all my shit, and then they go home and they got shit, but I'm still got the ration to make sure my kids good, make sure I'm good. Nah, I'm away from the Southern hospitality stuff, you know. Down south, it was a good thing. Everybody knew everybody. You could do some shit like that. But this city life, that Southern hospitality shit, that's for the birds. Yeah, when it comes to food, I'm always here willing to help others. Like, and maybe I do it too much. I know, let me not say maybe. I know I do it too much. I know I'm always helping other people when people don't help me. Like, I'm always looking out for other people, but I don't get that same thing in return. And I try to shut down. I try to stop helping others. I try to say, fuck this. I'm not looking out for them. They don't look out for me. But I can't. I really wish I could be that person. But I can't be that person. Like, it's not in me. It's in me to help others. It's in me to help see others prosper. And Do I want credit for a lot of the things that I do? Yeah, I want my credit, because here's the thing is that people show me love and give me credit for the things that I do. I can make more money doing the things that I do. If you put my name on some shit that I did for you, that makes other people see the work that I do and make them wanna, in turn, wanna work with me if they like what they see. So that is something that I do look for sometimes, but majority of the time I don't get it, and I know it's gonna be like that with almost anybody that I'm working with. Like most people, and I don't even think people do it out of spite. I'm not saying that people don't give me my recognition because they hating or they just don't want nobody to know I did the shit. Like, I'm not saying that people do it out of spite. I think it's just, I don't know, it's out of reaction. Like, it's like people just post like they generally post, and they generally don't give anyone else credit for the stuff that they posted. So they don't switch it up when you've done something for them because they're the ones doing the post. So for me, I just build my own portfolio. I have that shit to the side to where I know what I did, and I can go back and I can repost the shit that I've done and the work that I've done. But I want to see it on other people's platforms and see the kind of feedback it's getting on other people's platforms. I like that too. I don't always have to be tagged on some shit. I like also going and seeing the kind of feedback that I get. But at the same time, I don't want it to be a situation where I'm doing all of this work, I'm putting all of this work in, and somebody's believing somebody else is doing it, and now you're offering to pay this person to do work that I'm not the one actually doing. And that's when it comes to a situation where it's like, damn, like, that's fucked up. Like, I teach people the game. Like, I give free game all the time. I'll teach you some shit. I'll let you, you know, if you need something from me, you need to borrow something from me to help you, to help your career, I got you. Like, and I'll even, like, I go above and beyond to make sure anybody that I really fuck with and genuinely, like, is here for 1,000% has everything that they need to succeed. I sometimes put a stop to my shit to make sure other people's shit is good, because I want to see everybody make it. I came from a place where there was very few people really trying to help people make it. Like, there was very few people checking in, seeing how people was doing, like, and wanting to make sure everybody got to where they wanted to be in life. Like, I never really seen those people. Like, I never had anybody growing up. I never had anybody look out for me and tell me that they got me. And I never had anybody who did those favors for me to help me get one step closer to my goal. I never had nobody doing that for me. So I know if I had that, I'd be so much further in life right now. So for me, because I never had that and I came from the struggle, like, I want to make sure that I can help as many people as I can not have to struggle, not have to go through the things that I went through. I want to help people be successful. Would I like a little shout out at the top? Yeah, hell yeah, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want a shout out at the top if I help you get to the top? Who wouldn't want that shout out or that love of, you know what, this person looked out for me? Like, I would love that. Do I want your money when you make it? Fuck no. I don't want people to make it and feel like, oh, if she helped me, I got to pay her extra money once I make it because she helped me get there. No, that's not how I am at all. I'm the type of person that if I helped you to get to the top, just give me a shout out. Just let the people know that I was one of those people in your corners looking out for you. That's it. That's all. You ain't got to say that every time you go into a room. Just do it once. Just shout me out one time in your life. That's all I need. Like, a lot of people, they look for all the glitz and glam when they know somebody who made it. I don't do that. First of all, we all people. So just because somebody had a higher pay grade than me don't mean they better than me. So I don't look at people like you better than me, or you kicking it with some people that's better than me and you ain't bring me around. Nah, I'm not that person. Because if I was that person, I know people who kick it around known people in the industry. If I was that person, I'd just go kick it with them all day and try to see those people and rub shoulders with them people. But that's not me. I'm not showing up into a room unless I feel like it was a purpose for me to be in that room. If I feel like it's a networking event that I can benefit from, that I can show up and I can work the room and benefit from, then I'll be there. If I feel like it's something that's gonna help me grow, I'm in the room. But I'm not in the room to be no groupie. You know how many celebrities I done walked past, how many celebrities I done been in the building with? I'm not no groupie. Not by far. Probably if I was a groupie, I'd probably be on a little bit quicker. I ain't even gonna lie. Because these groupies get on quick but they be the same ones out here fucking these niggas to get on. I can never be that. I never want anyone to say that because of who she was fucking, she made it. Fuck no. That's never gonna be me. It will never ever be me. When I make it, it's gonna be off of my work. It's gonna be off of the things that I've done. You'll never be able to say Princess made it because of who she was fucking, or oh, I know who she is because of who she was fucking. You gonna know who I am because of who I am. I don't want that kind of attention. I don't want, like, and that's why I don't really promote my relationship. I don't promote shit like that. I promote me as a mother. I don't promote me as in a relationship because I don't want to be labeled as that girl dating this person. I don't want to be labeled as, oh, well, I fuck with her because I fuck with him. Nah, I want people to fuck with me because they fuck with me. So that's another reason why I operate the way I operate. I want people to fuck with me because of me, not because of who I be around. Not because who I fuck with. Like, I want you to fuck with me because you genuinely fuck with me. You genuinely support the shit that I got going on. And if that's not the case, then deuces to you. I don't need people around who fuck with me off a strict to somebody else. But if that person stop fucking with me, you gonna stop fucking with me too. Stop fucking with me now. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. You got to choose a side and you only fucking with me because I fuck with this person. Don't fuck with me. Don't even start that relationship up if you know that it's not genuine. And when I say it's not genuine because if as soon as I get mad at that person, you stop fucking with me too, you really didn't fuck with me to begin with. So why did you even start this up? Like, I have no time for that. I just spoke on that about last night. I was in a restaurant, mean mugging like I do. And I was already pissed off because it was taking forever to get my food. I placed my order. The lady told me 15 minutes. Came back out. Went back in 15 minutes later. Motherfucker just put my order in. So now I'm pissed off because I hear her yelling my order back there when I walk back in the building. Had I not walked back in the building and said something to her, they probably wouldn't even have called my order out then. So I'm walking out the door and I hear somebody behind me like, I like your boots. I like your boots. And I keep walking because first and foremost, I don't entertain nobody. If you saying something to me, you don't know my name, I'm keeping it pushing. I'm sorry. So I keep walking. He finally walks up to me and touched my shoulder. And he's like, I like your boots. And I was like, thank you. He was like, and you cute too. Looking like a model. At this point, now I'm irritated. I don't know why I get irritated. I am one of those chicks who do not like guys to hit on me. I don't care if I was in a relationship or not. I do not like guys to hit on me. That is one thing, like, honestly, that's somewhat of a turn off to me. Unless I gave you that look or made you feel like you had a shot, I didn't like that. Like, my girls be like, Princess, that's crazy. Like, why you always being so mean to niggas? Like, but I just don't like that. Like, to me, it's like, if you came up to me and you had that courage, you had the balls to step to me and try to holler at me, how many people did you try to holler at before you got to me? That's how I think. So I seen it. Like, I grew up around niggas, so I seen how niggas do. Like, you turn me down, I'm on to the next shit. You turn me down, I'm on to the next shit. So for me, I don't like dudes who that bold to come up to me. To me, if you that bold and you got that courage just to walk up to me and just talk openly, like, not no shyness, no nothing, like, you do this on the regular. That's the way I look at it. You do this on the regular. Is you somebody that somebody want to sit down and build a relationship with when it seemed like this is something you do on a regular? You used to walking up to girls and hollering at them. Like, I don't want no friendly ass nigga. I don't want no nigga who feel like they gotta entertain females because they don't want to come off like they mean. I don't want that. I don't want no nigga who be trying to holler at everybody like you ain't got no type. Like, you don't, like, what's your type? If you just holler at this girl who is nothing like me, you don't holler at, like, what is your type? You don't got no type. You just trying to find anything. I don't want that. I don't want no nigga that's for everybody. I don't want no nigga who's out here entertaining females. Because here's my thing is, if I was out here entertaining niggas, you would have a problem. So I don't want no nigga who feel like it's okay for him to entertain females, knowing that niggas have major problems when they girls entertain niggas. Let's, like, the double standard type shit, I don't got no time for that. I really don't have a time for a lot of shit. Like, really my focus right now is building myself, branding myself, and growing my business. Once I do that, I know everything else that is for me will be for me and will come to me. So I'm not out here looking for friends. I'm not looking for no man. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just trying to reach my goals in my career and trying to be the best mother that I can be to my children. Because that's what matters. That's what's important. A lot of people, like, they don't realize, like, yeah, my kids, they get a lot. They kind of spoiled. But my kids are grounded. They know about everything going on in this world. I make sure I sit and talk to my kids about everything going on in society. I make sure I talk to them about the things that I've been through in life. I make sure I talk to them about how their future should be looking. I'm preparing my kids to go out into this world. I'm preparing them to not have to go through the bullshit I went through. But also preparing them to be independent children. My son and my daughter. I want them to be independent. You know, bring in your own money, to know how to take care of yourself. But hope that, you know, the right person comes along and is there for you. But right now, I want to teach my kids independence. I want to teach my kids structure. I want to teach them the importance of education. Like, it is so important to stay in school. It's so important to get that education. Like, and it's important to go to college. As much as I say, you know, college is a waste of time, it's a waste of money. To me, that's what it was. Like, I had all my good jobs before I went to college. But I want my kids to go to college. I want my kids to have a degree. I want my kids to have a backup plan. I want my kids to have something that they can fall back on if some shit get rough for them. And I want them to have that experience. Now, I didn't get to have the full college experience because I went online because I had children at home. I couldn't go on campus and still work a full-time job and still take care of my kids and do everything that I needed to do. So I went online. I did what was best for me. But I went to school because of my kids. I wanted to be an example for them. You know, I had my son at an early age. But I graduated high school because I didn't want him to see mommy and be like, you didn't finish school. I still did my best. Now, did I feel some type of way because I couldn't play the sports like I used to? Yeah, it hurt me a little bit because I really love basketball and I really felt like I could go somewhere with it if I continued to work at it. So it did hurt a little bit, but would I take having my son back? No, I wouldn't take that back for nothing. Like, I'm so blessed to have him. I'm so blessed that my children are in my life. Like, I'm so blessed to have great children like them. Like, I wouldn't change none of that. I wouldn't change that for the world because I see all these badass kids out here. And I be like, my kids are saints compared to a lot of these badass kids. I used to love the kids. But now I just be like, I don't even want the kids around like that. But I do. I think it's important that you talk to your kids and you teach your kids stuff. And maybe if we had more parents out here, like, really being a part of their kids' lives, maybe there wouldn't be so many badass kids out here. And I could have more kids around me. Like, sometimes I get to the point where I just be like, I want to invite them kids over just so I can help them see structure. So that way I can help them be better kids. But then at the same time, I be like, they're going to go back home with their parents and they're going to be the person that they is. And then when I see them again, I'm going to have to start all over. So I just be like, let's just keep these kids away from my kids so my kids don't, that shit don't rub off on my kids. Like, that's who I am. I'm that parent who will be like, that's a badass kid. I don't want my kid around them because they bad and I don't want that shit to rub off on my kid. So I'm going to keep my kids away from them. That's what I do. That's who I am. I'm sorry for if anybody picked up on that and feel some type of way about that, but I don't want my kids growing up too fast. There's so many kids out here that's growing up too fast and their parents are allowing it. Like, I blame the parents for allowing their children to grow up too fast. I do not want my kids growing up too fast. I grew up too fast. I was doing too much at an early age. I don't want my kids doing that. I want them to be kids as long as they can. As long as they can be. Like, that's just simple as that. I want my kids to be kids, and everybody should want their kids to be kids. Like, all these parents out here recording videos of their kids popping it and twerking and with little guns and shit like that, and think that shit cool, cursing and shit. Like, that shit's not cool. That don't make you no good parent. You might think you look cool to your kids, but you really don't look like a cool parent. You look like an ignorant parent trying to be your kids' friends. Yeah, I'm my kids' friends, but I know how to be a parent. I'm not sitting around here video recording them trying to act grown, trying to do things that they ain't got no business doing. Like, I want my kids to be kids. Like, yeah, I'll let my daughter feel herself in the house and do this, but I explain that to her off camera. If I record her doing something like that, I explain to her as soon as the camera stops on, all right, now, I hope you don't think you're grown type shit, because I don't never want my kids to grow up too fast. Because when you grow up too fast, you get ahead of life. You know, you got to stay where you're supposed to be. Like, don't get ahead of your time. Like, for me, I got ahead of my time. I didn't get to have a childhood. I didn't get to go out and play and spend the night with my friends as much as I wanted to. I didn't get to enjoy my summers and do all of that stuff because I had a kid. By 15, I was pregnant. Every summer, I was going to work, going to my aunt's house to work. Every summer so I can buy my school clothes. When I got pregnant, my aunt was like, no, baby, you can't come up here no more. Soon as I got pregnant, that stopped. It was like, now that you pregnant, you can't come be around my kids no more. You pregnant. Like, you ain't finna rub that off on my kids. I get that now. But when I was a kid, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Auntie won't let me come. I'm still trying to work. I'm pregnant. Like, that's fucked up. But now I get it as an adult. But as a kid, I didn't get it. Just like when I found out I was pregnant, told my mom, told her not to tell my daddy because I knew my daddy was crazy. She told my daddy. My dad didn't look at me, didn't talk to me for a month. We lived together. This man, I used to wake up, cook breakfast for him, and do all kinds of shit like that. For a whole month, this man would not look at me. He would not talk to me because I was pregnant. You know how that made me feel? Like, feeling like my people didn't respect me anymore because I got pregnant. Like, it was a mistake. I didn't plan it. But it happened. And to be, you know, ignored or told that I, like, can't do something that I've been doing because now that I'm pregnant, like, it hurt. But I had to do what I had to do for my child. I went and found other work. Hell, I had 2 jobs. Like, I did what I had to do. I sacrificed. I did what I needed to do because I made a mistake as a child and got pregnant at an early age. I don't want my kids to do that. I'm preparing my kids so that way they understand. Mama went through this. Mama went through this. Like, yeah, I may have had you young. You might be good now, but I went through a lot of shit. So don't even think about it. Don't when a girl look to open up her legs, son, don't even get in between them. That's what I teach my son. Like, I don't want him thinking about that. Yeah, he's in high school, but I don't want him thinking about sex. I don't want him to be focused on girls. Yeah, I know he got a girlfriend. I've seen what she looked like. But I want her to be a girl with a good head on her shoulders. I stress that to my son. She good in school. She got straight A's and B's. Like, them the kind of girls I want you to bring home. I don't want you to bring home that thought that was sending you pictures when you was in the 5th grade in her bra and shit. I don't want them kind of thoughts. I wanted you, my kids to be respectful people. People that you can actually bring home to mama. A lot of people out here with people that they can't bring home to mama, and then the girl wondering why she ain't never met the family is because you not the type of chick that a nigga can bring home to mama. Like, you got to be that chick that a nigga can bring home to mama, because every mama ain't gonna respect you walking up in their house with slutty clothes on or talking a certain type of way or not knowing how to straighten up in front of adults. Like, if you don't know how to carry yourself around adults, then something is wrong with you. You can't act the same way that you act with your homegirls around everybody. You have to adapt to the different situations. You don't want people to feel uncomfortable because you done came into a situation with all your extraness. Adapt to the situation. I'm not saying you can't be you, but adapt to the situation. You going home to meet mama? You need to put on some clothes. You going home to meet mama? Talk like you got some sense. Like, just talk like you got some sense. I'm not saying change who you is, but talk like you got some sense. Talk like you got a good head on your shoulder, that you going somewhere in life. Don't look like you just there trying to milk a nigga. Because mamas see that shit. Mamas know that shit. Same thing with niggas. Like, if you want to be with somebody's daughter, you got to know how to treat a woman. I will not play. I will not play when it comes to my kids. Just like I did not play when it came to my sister. Like, my little sister, growing up, she hated me. Like, we never got along. We fought all the time. And it was because I tried to treat her like I was her mama. I didn't want her to be out here with random men. I didn't want none of that. So I treated her like I was her mama, and we didn't get along. And we just started getting along in our grown-up life because I stepped away from trying to tell her what she was doing wrong, or trying to tell her, you know, the things that I didn't agree with in her life. I stepped away from that and just became like a friend to her. You know, a listening ear. You do you, and I'm not gonna judge you. Like, I done got to that point now, like with certain relationships, like especially with my little sister, I got to the point where we are two different people, and I understand that. And I can't make her live her life the way I want her to live her life. And that's not to say that she's living her life badly. My thing is like I said, we are two different people. We live our lives differently. So I like, because she baby sis, I get into mommy mode sometimes, and I be trying to tell her, like, do this, do this. But that's not my place. It's not my place. I should allow her to live her life. I should allow her to make her own choices in life, as I've done. So I do that now, and because I do that, we get along a lot better. Because I let her live her life freely, as she has always let me live my life freely. But I've just always been that big sis, like, I want my little sister to be great. And I know she can be great. Like, I know there's so much out there for her. So I try to push her, and sometimes my pushing be coming off like, you know, kind of mean. Same thing with my half sis. Like, we've never really gotten along, and we still don't get along to this day. But a lot of times it was that I try to push her, and I try to tell her right based on what I've been through. I didn't want her to go through the shit. But a lot of people don't want to listen. A lot of people think you look down on them. And I don't look down on nobody. I don't. But if I've been through some shit and I see you going down that same road, I will try to talk to you. I will try to tell you about yourself, because I want to see you do better. It's not to try to make you feel bad. It's not to, you know, just down you. But it's to help you grow. Like, most times when I'm saying some negative shit to a person, it's not to be negative. It's to help them grow. But a lot of people just take it as negativity, and they don't even listen. If you listen to the things that I'm saying, and you took it in, and you process it, you will understand that I have your best interest at heart. A lot of people don't understand that. And that, for me, a lot of times it be the people that I help the most, or the people that I've talked to the most, or gave the most knowledge to, that be saying like, oh, you doubting me, you don't want to see me make it. You like, it's so many people who feel like I'm against them when I'm really trying to help. Like, I can't help how shit come out my mouth. It just flows out sometimes. Sometimes I can't even control it. But know that when I'm giving you my opinion, when I'm giving you advice, when I'm critiquing anything, it's to help you, not to hurt you. And I'm not saying that I'm better than nobody. I'm not saying that I got all the knowledge. But I have a lot of knowledge, and I can help people if people will just listen and let me help. Like, I didn't go to school just to go get a degree, just to say I had something, or just to get a student loan. I actually learned some shit. Like, 4 years of college, I learned something. Throughout that, not only college, but my high school years as well, I took 8 computer classes throughout my schooling. So when it comes to computers and doing certain shit, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I took all of these damn classes. I should know. So if I'm giving you advice, or if I'm telling you to do something a certain type of way, or it should be this way, I'm not saying you have to listen to everything that I'm saying, but take it in and take what you can take from it. Like, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I know all the answers, but I can give you some answers. Don't just automatically count me out because you feel like I'm not nobody. I'm nowhere. I may not be where I want to be in life, but I can help you get there. Like, people would be so quick to down somebody because they're not on top. not knowing like what a person is dealing with that's stopping them from getting on top. For me, if I had that money flow like I needed, I can be so much further in life, but I don't have that. So I'm working towards getting to where I need to be. But if you are in a position that you have the money, but you don't have the knowledge, then I'll give you the knowledge. If you got the team, but you just need some guidance to help that shit flow, I got you. Like, that's what I do. Like, I get tired of people feeling like, oh, you just doing that shit because you want recognition. You just doing that shit because you want to be a part of our shit, or you want to make it off of our shit. No. I'm doing this shit because I want to see people make it. If I fuck with you, I want to see you make it. Like, I never want to see anybody that I love or care about, or like that I'm friends with, suffer or go through shit. And if you're going through some shit that I done been through before, I can give you my advice. I can give you my opinion because I've dealt with that shit. Don't try to tell me I'm wrong because I'm giving you my opinion because of my experience. Now, your experience may be a little bit different, but that don't mean what I'm telling you is wrong. My advice may not work for you at the time. I just think people need to listen to other people more instead of just automatically throwing it out like, oh, you don't know shit because you ain't nobody. Or you look where you at in life, you can't help me. Like, no. It's some of them people who's at their worst in life, they can do the most help for you in life. Like, don't count people out just because of their status in the world. Don't count people out. A bum on the street can teach you some shit. Like, let's be real. So don't count people out. Give people a chance. Listen. Listen and absorb the information that is given to you. Like I said, I don't do things in spite. When I post shit on my social medias, when I post negatively, it's not in spite of nobody. It's not to down no one particular person. It's to reach a whole. I want everybody to read it, and I want it to touch the people it need to touch, and I want it to get through to the people it need to get through to. Now, I might have been in my feelings because of a particular situation, and I wanted to put something out there for everybody because I didn't want nobody else to go through a situation like that. I'm that person. I'm that real. I'm so real sometimes I have to get myself offline because I might say some shit I know I probably shouldn't say online because I'm that real. I can't control what comes out my mouth sometimes. Sometimes it just flows out. So I just think, all in all, people give others a chance. Give people a chance to teach you things. Give people a chance, to give their opinions and see how they can help you grow. You never know who can help you. You never know who got your back. Don't always say the ones who got your back is your haters, because the haters is the ones who ain't doing shit, but they riding along the wave with you. Those are your haters. A lot of times that hater is that one person who keep telling you they got you. They got you. Stick with me, I got you. But all the while you with them, you not being able to grow because they stopping you from growing because they want you to stick with them. It's so many selfish people out here like that. That they prefer you to stick with them and stay up under their name. That they don't want you to create a name for yourself. So when you begin to create a name for yourself, then they don't fuck with you. They got a problem with you. They got beef with you. Don't let that stop you from growing yourself. That's the hater in that person coming out. That's that person showing their true colors finally. Don't let that stop you from greatness. Don't let that stop you from getting to where you want to be in life. Nobody wants to be up under somebody else's name all their life. Everybody wants to create a name for themselves. So when you go work for somebody else, it's in hopes to grow you so you can build you and you can create something for yourself. Don't nobody want to work for somebody for the rest of their life. Everybody is out here or should be out here grinding to have their own. And if you get pissed off because somebody decides to have their own and decided to do some shit on their own, fuck you. You're a hater. How can you get mad at somebody for wanting to have their own? How can you get mad at somebody for growing? How can you get mad at somebody from learning throughout the years and deciding to do some shit on their own? You can't get mad at that. You got to let people live. People ain't going to be there with you all the time. Some people might surpass you. Some people might be like, you know what? This was a good thing that we had going, but I want to build something of my own. You got to be okay with that. You got to be able to say congratulations and still fuck with that person and let them know that regardless if they working with you or working by themselves, you still support them. This what's fucked up is people stop supporting you when you decide to do stuff on your own. When you decide to grind for yourself and you decide to create a name for yourself, people don't want to fuck with you no more. But let you be under their name. They fucking with you strong. They doing all of this shit for you because you helping them look good. But as soon as you trying to help yourself look good, it's a problem. People got a problem with it. They don't want to fuck with you. And that's why I really don't fuck with people. For that kid in school, I wouldn't even necessarily say that I was a nerd, because I was kind of like a popular kid too. But I was also that kid who would do people work for money. People would pay me to do their work because I was smart, you know, and I had a lot of time on my hands because my daddy didn't let me go nowhere. So people would pay me to do their work. And I would do that because I needed the money and I wanted to help people get good grades. So I did that in high school. As I got older and became an adult, I started helping other people in their businesses, in their personal life, you know, with anything, helping like men, relationships, counseling, doing all kinds of shit for people. Like, I've always helped people. I've always been there for people. But what I've learned is all of those people that I've helped along the way, ain't none of them around. None of those people don't be in contact with me anymore. I haven't heard from them people since they got the help that they needed and they started doing good in life. I don't hear from them anymore. So what I've learned through all of that is people only around while they need you. When they're done with the services that you offer and they can't benefit from you anymore, they throw you to the wayside. Why? Why are people out here doing this? Like, stop that. Stop being those people. Like, and then when you go and you're going through the shit again, you want to call on those same people that was there for you before, but you ain't talked to them in years because you was good. You ain't talked to them in a month because you was good. But now you struggling again. Now you going through shit again. Now you need somebody to talk to and you reaching out again. That's fucked up. And what's even more fucked up is I'm that type of person who will still talk to your dumb ass. I'll still talk to your dumb ass to see what I can do to try to help you. Because it's in me. But it's fucked up on your part to feel like it's okay and it's cool for you to still reach out to somebody that you cut off when you was good. And you come back around when you struggling. Like, the first time I experienced that in Atlanta was we let a nigga come stay with us. We let a nigga stay with us. And when I say nigga got out of jail, stay with us for months. Like, family. I'm looking at this nigga like family. You like a brother now. Like, fuck that. We'll do it whatever for you. And we continue to let this motherfucker stay with us. Eat. Of course, at that time I was still Southern hospitality. You know, feeding, eating out, doing all of this shit. Letting you bring your bitches over. All this shit. Soon as a nigga got some money, the nigga was gone. Nigga was gone like a thief in the night. Didn't give us $1. Didn't hear from him until he was struggling again. And what did we do? We let that motherfucker come back and stay again. It's like, you know, people wrong you. People do you wrong all the time. Just because people wrong you and do you wrong don't mean you have to be. Two wrongs don't make a right. So just because you a fucked up person don't mean I'm going to be a fucked up person. If you need somewhere to stay and I got a couch free and I got somewhere you can lay at and I fuck with you and I trust you in my household, then I will let you stay here because I don't want to see nobody on the streets. I don't want to see nobody struggling like that if I fuck with you. Even if you are a fucked up individual. Like, I know a lot of people in my life are fucked up individuals. That's why I stay solo dolo. That's why I say I don't fuck with people. But I kind of fuck with people, but I don't fuck with people. I fuck with people to help people out. I don't talk to people. I got a cell phone. My phone hardly ever rings. Don't nobody call me to check on me. If they calling me, they got some gossip they want to discuss about their life or somebody else's life. If they calling me, they need a favor from me. They need some money. If they hit me up on Facebook, they need something from me. They going through some shit. They need somebody to talk to. They need a listening ear. Don't nobody call me. Don't nobody hit me up. Don't nobody come to my face and be like, Princess, how you doing? What happened to those days? What happened to those days when you greet somebody before you go into your shit? Now people don't greet people no more. They just go on into what the fuck they going through and not knowing what the hell you going through at the moment. Motherfuckers call me all the time talking about their issues, not knowing right then in that moment I'm going through some shit. But I got to pretend and put my shit to the side so I can help you out. But you didn't even think to ask me if I was okay. That shit pisses me off. Like, that shit really pisses me off. Because me, I'm that type of person. If I'm hitting you up, the first thing I'm going to say is, how was your day? How you doing? If I'm in your face, I'm going to be like, what's been going on? Everything good? I want to make sure you good before I start talking about me. Why people don't do that? Like, people don't care if you good. They want you to help make sure they good, but they don't give a fuck if you good. What's wrong with society? What has society come to where you don't care about other people? And it's the same people who's there for you and care about you and want to make sure you happy and you got things you need in life, but you don't care about them. You don't care about them enough to ask the question of, how are you doing? How was your day? Is everything okay? Regardless if that person gonna lie and say everything good if it's not, but at least ask the question. Don't get to the point where I stop asking you because every time you say the same thing. No, you never stop asking somebody how their day was. You never stop asking somebody if they're good. Don't just go into your shit. Don't just go into how your day was and how happy you is without asking somebody how their day was. Without asking somebody how they feeling. Because I might not be in the mood to hear about your day. I might not be in the mood to even talk to you right now. But you don't know that because you never asked me how I was feeling. Stop that, people. We got to do better. We got to make sure everybody's okay. Don't worry about just you. Worry about other people out here. You're not the only one in society. And until we start looking out for each other, we're never going to be a whole. Everybody's going to be hatred. Everybody's going to be, oh, I don't fuck with them. Oh, this, that. Because we don't look out for each other. Us as black people, we are the worst race in history when it comes to looking out for each other. We don't do the shit. But we need to do the shit. If you think about it, as black people, if we looked out for each other more, black people would be so much further in life. Black people would be ahead. It's so many of us that's got the brains and the smarts to really do some shit. But because we all don't look out for each other, we holding each other back from making it. Because we don't want this motherfucker to make it before we make it. Instead of looking at it like, if this motherfucker make it, he might bring some more people along the way. That's what people don't realize. It's like, it's not about who gonna make it first. It's about, okay, I'll see you at the finish line. But when you make it, don't forget about all the people that's back here. I'm not saying you got to take everybody with you, but one person. If you could take one person with you in your life that was really holding you down, that was really there for you, for everybody who make it, they take that one person with them, who take it, when that person make it, that person grabs somebody, we working together. We building our race as a whole. Fuck that. You wasn't with me. You didn't do nothing. Fuck that. You need to be there. Support your people along the way. Because here's the thing is, what people fail to realize is, when you stop supporting people and you start hating on people and you stop allowing people to make it and you the one stepping on their dreams all the time, your dreams gonna be the ones getting stepped on. God don't like ugly. And there's a lot of ugly motherfuckers out here. And nothing good is gonna happen for them if you keep being ugly to your peoples. You can't be ugly to your peoples and pretend like you're not being ugly to your peoples, and we see the shit. Like, we see the shit. You don't think because you block a motherfucker off of your social media and you going on a tangent and you talking shit that motherfuckers don't know you talking shit. Like, the shit's not cool. Like, why? If you gonna talk about somebody, say that shit to their face. If you gonna talk about somebody online, tag their asses. If you got a problem with somebody, address them. Go to that person. Stop being pussy. That's how we resolve conflicts. You talk this shit out. You be grown folks. We just got to do better as a society of black people. We have to do better. Real talk. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Princess with the Real show. I hope that you enjoyed today's show. I hope you learned something from today's show. If you got any feedback, hit me up. You know, you can hit me up through my email, princesswiththereal@gmail.com. You can hit me on Instagram @princesswiththereal. You can hit me on Facebook, Princess Haynes, or @princesswiththereal. Hit me up. Let me know what you feel about the things that I've got going on. Let me know if you feel like you can add something to the show, or if you can add any value to anything that I got going on. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. You know, I'm here to help. I'm here to do what I can for people. I'm here to listen to those who need somebody to listen to them. I want to grow, but I'm here to help others grow as well. So thanks again for tuning in today's show. I'll see you next time.